Hey yo, what's good coders? Welcome back to Bagare, and in this video we'll be walking through a step-by-step process to creating our user profiles page together with our navigation bar. And throughout me capturing this video, I did something really stupid, and which was throughout me capturing, I thought like my camera was up and running to capture my face, which then turned out to be an epic fail. So if you hear me talking about that, just know that I won't plug that in. So, if you've been following along throughout the series, what you should expect from the end result is now the user will be able to click back to the home page. If they want to go back to the user profiles page, they'll click on this icon, and then the user can then change a password, which is a page we're going to implement in the future. And then afterward, the user can now log out, sign in, view their to-dos. If they want to click on a specific task, we'll just redirect them to a edit task. Then they can click back, click on add task, and that's what you should actually expect. So if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And now let's get to the coding part. All right, coders, now moving on along to what we all love is the coding part, right? So first and foremost, we're then going to create like a page for our profile screen and then also a component for our nav bar, right? So how we create that is we're going to generate those components, right? So first we need to cd into our components file and then ng generate component nav bar, right? So I would advise that people at home should first watch through the whole video and then code along on the second attempt, right? To grasp the most out of this. So let's go to our files. We see we've got our nav bar generated there, and then we're just gonna cd out of this folder, then cd into our pages, right? And ng generate component, which is gonna be our profile page. So this is just gonna be a profile. Angular has magically generated those pages for us, right? So we're gonna save. Oh, why isn't this just right? That save. Try closing everything, and then yeah, we have that. So let's now go to our profile page. We have profile works. Then we just wanna ng serve and see what we have. Ah, nice. All right, so what I would like to do is first just close everything I have in there. Just let me pull my Chrome browser right here, right there. Okay, send that. Let me just log in. Right. Sorry for that. Then let me just extend this, go to my code. Now we see that we have this thing loaded for us, right? We're serving our actual page, right? So what do you want to do? We actually want to create our profile page, right? So yeah, so since I'm looking on the screens, I've got my designs out here, and then here I've got my code. That's why I'm switching through both these screens, right? So we've got this profile works. Now we need to go to our app route and create a route for our profile, right? So for our profile, we'll just say this is a path containing our profile page. Then this will be a component and profile. Okay, this is fine, right? So now if we say forward slash, profile, we should get profile works, right? Yeah, that's fine. So let's do now the coding for our profile. What we love is actually saying profile container. That's the first div we normally create. So this is just gonna have a container of what we're gonna have in our component, right? So another thing is we'll have an image, right? An image there, which is in our assets, and this will be profile image. So this is gonna be a profile image. Yeah, we're not gonna have like a a user storing their profile picture or something. I don't know. Probably in the future, but I don't think we're gonna do that now. Yeah, so we're just gonna display just some image. If we go here, this is the image that we're gonna be displaying. And then underneath that section, we'll just have a profile info, profile info section. Why am I doing that? Yeah, it's profile info section. So in this profile info section, we're gonna have the label for our full name, then you'll have your actual full name, the email, then you'll have like your email and the password. Password will just be a link to just tell you if you want to change your password or not, right? So how do we do that? How we go about doing that is, let me see. Okay, it's better off like I create like info um info strip. That's a cool name, right? So over there we'll just have full name, right, which is just going to be the name and surname, and then over there we're gonna have an email. Oh man, I didn't. No, full name. Man. So I go by the name of Sibonedo Villakaze. Yeah, that's just my name, right? But my actual name is Bagore. Yeah, okay. So down there we're gonna have another one which will store our email, right? Email. Let's see what we have. Then we'll just have email, 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 right, at gmail.com. That's just probably gonna be our email. And then underneath that, uh, we'll have our profile. Password, I meant to say, sorry. Password. And then under there, we'll just have like some sort of like a link or something that's gonna say change password, right? That's fine. So this is probably like our skeleton. So here we'll just have something like a class saying this is like header. I don't know why. I'm running out of like and then this is, do we want to say it's a description? Man. This detail. Yeah, we'll just call this a detail, sorry. And then we'll just have the same for here. Class header, then class, this will be detail, right? This is detail, and then this is gonna be a class for the header, and then class password link. I'll just call this password link. Yeah, that's fine. So now let's see what we have. We've got this first name, the name, email, that's that and that, right? Which is looking all nice. I think I love that. So what do we want to then have is actually like do our stylings for this page. So how we do our styling is we'll say profile info. Is it profile info section? It's profile container. Okay. For the profile container, so first want to import our themes.scss. So /source themes. Then this is gonna be themes.scss, right? Then when I have this, which its width is gonna be 100%, right? Its height is gonna be 100 view height. Yep. Then what? After doing that, we wanna have like our paddings, right? So for the padding, we want to have a padding left, right, okay, left and right. So we'll just say this is padding, right, and then we'll just have a padding 24. I think I have that. Yeah. All right. So this will pad it properly for us, right? But we then want to have like a box sizing. Because box sizing is like normally like a problem. Box sizing is border box. Let's see. Oh, that's still running. Okay. So another thing that we want to do is actually down here is make the probably like have the styling right for this section, which is gonna be our profile info section. So let's go there and come here, right? Then we'll just say this, and then width is gonna be 100%, right? It's gonna be 100%, right? And then we'll just change its. We don't need to change the display. I think the width is just fine. Although I think by default it's just taking the whole space, right? But where we want to do the stylings is here, right? So here we'll just say width again to 100%. I know this is quite redundant. I don't think I actually do need that, but for safety reasons we might. So we say display flex, right? That's gonna change our orientations for that, right? And then we'll just say justify the contents to space between. So if we space it between, then we've got everything laid out properly for us. Let me see if I've got like a long name. So if I've got this long name, let me see what would happen. Aha. So it would say full name. Aha. No. So what we want to do is then say flex wrap. Because what we're seeing is it's pushing this text to the bottom, but yeah, it's not actually doing the right thing. So we'll just say flex wrap, uh, flex wrap to wrap, right? I think that's just gonna push in the other text to the bottom, right? That's fine. And then we'll just say for the p tag, we'll just say for the header and the detail dot detail, right? We'll just say header and detail. We want to set their margins to 0. So this is 0 padding, right? Yeah, that's gonna be set out to 0 padding. Let's just say margin bottom to like 2 pixels. Think what's going on? Margin bottom to 2 pixels. Let's try 10 pixels. How about that? Okay, that will space it out properly. Okay, that's fine. So that's just in case if it's wrapping it around and yeah, there's this jiggly functions. But I don't want to do that. Let's just set this outside. Yeah, man. I don't think we actually do need that. So we'll just set this padding to padding 16. Padding 16, right? So padding 16 will actually say just pad all those stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if things are working out properly. Yeah. It's not quite bad. Although there's text that gets pushed to the bottom. For what reasons we don't know. Oh, okay, okay. I see, I see. So the problem is here we've got change password link, right? So we also needed to add this change password link, and then voila, that should fix our problem, right? So got this spaced out properly, yeah. But we know very well that we're not quite gonna have this long text. So, um, Sibonello, Villa Kazi, right? And when we check it out, yeah, our text is actually showing quite proper. So, what we then want to do is actually change the color of the actual text, right? So, what we'll want to do is actually change these colors to correspond to what we want. So, for this, we'll make it like give this a primary color, right? And I think for this, we'll just give it like a grayish color. If yeah, we'll just give this text like a grayish color. We can give it black and just change the opacity a bit. So how do we do that? How we go about doing that is actually say for the details, right? Details and the password link, right? We want to change its color, right, to take a color of the primary color, right? And then we want for the header, we want the header to take the color of either a secondary gray or something. Let me check in my themes or something. What colors do we have in there? We've got a secondary color. Yeah, we want to just give it a secondary color. So let's go here. Secondary color. Yeah, think that's fine. We'll close this guy off over here and actually see what we have. So for the detail, not details, right? Yeah. So we see over here that we've got like our names showing here, primary color, and then these guys over here will be showing with this color. Let's inspect what we have. So what's the font size? 16. I think 16 is pretty good. 16 is pretty good. Yeah, I think we're almost done. I think we're almost done with that. We're almost done with this section. So what we then want to do is actually set something out here. Uh, let's set like a margin top of 40 is not even big. Let's just say 80 pixels, right? We set a margin top of 80 pixels. Now that's flowing out. Okay, let's get back to our code. Margin top of 80 pixels. But let's add this box sizing to border marks. To border marks. Because that's why that thing was flowing outside of the screen, right? Overlaying. How would 100 pixels? Let's see if we are to add 100. Yeah, that's pushing it down. Yeah, I think that's quite fair enough. And then what we then want to do is actually add a button. Uh, so where are we gonna add the button? The button is gonna be add here. I think it's btn submit, right? And then we'll call this log. We'll call this log out, right? This is gonna be a log out button. Yeah, okay, that's showing quite nice. So this button will be for our logging out, right? btn submit. Underneath, we'll just have a btn submit. Submit. Then we just wanna say this. What do we wanna do? Let's see. So for the btn submit, we want to add in a margin top of like 20 pixels. Let's see how that's gonna work out for us. Did that even work? Let's add 40. Nah, man, not even pushing it properly for us. Let's add 80 again. 80 is quite fine. Okay, so 120 and 80. Let's see how that's gonna work. Let's go back here. So this will be 120 and that's still 80, right? So this is not quite bad at all. It's not quite bad at all. Unless if we like say 150 150 over here, and then we'll add in like a 30 pixels margin top. 30 pixels margin top, right? Yeah, that's quite fine. I think that's fine for us. For this one, we can add in like a cursor, pointer, detail, header. No, we wanna say here for a password link. For the password link, we'd wanna add in some sort of like a cursor, and we'll set this to pointer, and then we'll just decrease the opacity of that. My video is still running, so the opacity of this will be decreased to 0.7, right? This is just in case like we have it on like a web view, right? So on a web view, if we hover on that, no, sorry, my bad, my bad. This is upon hovering, right? Upon hover, right? So when we hover, can have both of them there, right? So what's going on? Can't we even hover on this guy? Change, okay, hover. Okay, let's see. If we're hovering on this guy, we can't even hover. Can we even hover on okay, let's add an and sign. And if we are hovering, yeah, if we are hovering, we want to just decrease that and have like a pointer, right? So yeah, we want to fix in the text and say it's change that guy. When I say change profile, change password, I meant to say. So that's fine. We've got our email showing, we've got our full name showing over there, and then we've got this guy here. Now let's create like our mock data, right? So for our mock data, we want to go into our assets folder, right? So in our assets, we want to create a file saying this is our user.json, right? So this is going to be for our user.json, and then we'll just say, this is for our user. Okay, we'll just use that user for that JSON, right? And then we'll have our users JSON, right? So how we'll do this is actually say for our user.json, we'll have, do we even want to have a username? Yeah, we probably do want to have a username, but no, we don't want to have a username. Full name, right? We want to have a full name. Oh man, full name over here. So our full name will actually be no, our name, yeah, no, our name. Ah man, why do I keep on doing the wrong things? So we wanna have a name over there, which is Sibonello, and then my surname, right, is gonna be Vilagazi, right, and then the password. This is a secret. QWERTY, yeah, we'll just make it QWERTY. QWERTY, right? So that's our password. Yeah. I think that's all we need. Yeah, that's just all we need. Then we'll just have another JSON file to add in. Yeah, let's add in another JSON file over here. This will be for our users.json, right? This will be for our users.json file. So what else do we want to do? We want to go to and create our service right here. Let me just stop the server and actually go cd out and then cd into our services, then ng generate service, which is our user or auth service, right? Yeah, we'll just have this as an auth service. Let's see, where's our auth service? This should be here in services. So app services, auth service. So what we want to add is an HTTP client. An HTTP client, right? Let's just clear the console and actually serve, right? And then what we want to do is just get the user, right? So we'll just, yeah, get the user. We'll just mimic as if it's like calling an API, whereas it's just calling our mock API, right? So get user data, right? So how we get the user data is return, we'll just call this file name. We don't actually need that because we know where our user data is coming from. So we'll return an http.get, right? And then over here, we'll have these, and then we'll say it's in our asset /mark. So it's assets mark, then /, then this will take in that file name, right? .json. Right. So I think that's all we need. Let's go to our pages folder. Go to this. We'd wanna inject. So our auth auth service, right? Which is our auth service. So we'll say this dot auth service dot get this guy user. We want to get a user dot subscribe to that user, right? So man, we want to subscribe to the user, right? This is just gonna say for the user data, which is of type any, arrow function, and then we just want to console.log our user. So we want to console.log our user, and then over here we want to say our error, which is also of type any. Then we'll just console.log our error. You can have an error interceptor or something like that, but we just like doing it like this. So what else do we want to do? So over here we can just have a user data, right, which is of type any, and it's just an empty object. All right, so what else do you want to do here? We would want to say this is going to take user dot name, right, our user data, which is not known, dot name. Then we'll want to just space it out. Man, want to space it out, so we'll just concatenate that, and then we'll just say user data, which is also, that can also be undefined. Then we'll just pass in a surname as well, right? And then over here, oh, we needed an email. Did we even have an email? I'll check. So we'll just say user data, that could be now, and then we just want to have an email. No, let me check. Yeah, our mock data user, we forgot an email, and then this will be email cbonello@gmail.com. Now let's just say this is bugarray@gmail.com, right? Yeah, that's fine. All right, so what we then want to do is actually see if that data gets displayed. That is undefined. So how is that even possible? Let's just do that. Surname, that, and that. So this dot user data equals to this user we are getting, right? So yeah, so that's fine. So yeah, so upon loading on init, this will get our data, which is our surname, username and surname. So our name and surname. This will get our email, and then change password. So change password should actually redirect us to a change password screen, which is not created. Okay, so we want to fix the screen over here and say because we have an image, right? No, we have an image right here, uh, which we want its width to take 100%, right? Yes, and then its height to take in like 40%. I don't know if that's gonna work out for us. 40% is too much. We don't even want to set that height. Yeah, and then we want to just margin top. The margin top of that to actually be 150 pixels. Is that gonna move it up for us properly? No, let me change this to a mobile view. Oh, yeah, that was just in a web view. No, 150 is too much, so let's make it 80. 80 pixels to the, yeah, I think this is fine, right? Now let's just send that to that screen. Yeah, I think it's actually quite good. It's actually quite good, as long as in our mobile view it's not messing up stuff, right? So yeah, it is what it is. So another thing that we want to do is actually say, let's go that 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 want to say, okay, this sign out page, right? So sign out should actually do something for us. Sign out should actually go somewhere, right? Okay, we'll just put an on click here. So on click, and an on click will just call a log out page, right? So this log out is a method that we're going to be calling, right? And then this has to have from the router outlet, right? So no, not router outlet, let me say router. So this is router dot router, right? And then this dot router dot navigate by URL. This will probably just go to our login page. So if we click this button, we should go to our login page, right? Okay, this is quite fun. So yeah, that's working. That's working. So let's just remove our console. We don't need our console. So moving on to the next thing that we want to do is actually create our navigation bar, because we want to go to the profile page when we actually click the settings page, but we don't have a navigation bar, right? So how we can go about doing that is actually say, because we already have this nav bar component, right? So we can go to our app.html, right, over here and have a nav bar. Oh man, this should be app nav. Do you even have a nav bar? Yeah, now we don't have. So nav bar component needs to be added, right? And then here we can then go ahead and create our app navbar, right? So in all pages we should see navbar works, right? But we want to add some logic over there, right? Because we don't want to show this navbar works in all our pages, right? But first and foremost, let's just create the skeleton of what we need. So we'll need a navbar container. So I guess you guys at home did actually guess what we wanted to do over there, right? So in our nav bar container, what we want to do is actually say that, okay, with our navigation, in some nav bars, we just want to show like our actual chevron that takes us to the previous page, right? And then we also want to have like some sort of like, which is also gonna be fun. Okay, so we also wanna have like a chevron that's gonna take us to the previous page, right? And then another thing that we wanna have is also have a header, and then we also wanna have some sort of like a delete, an edit, and a time, right? Which is fine. Okay, so let's create that. So over here we'd wanna say add just in left section. Just wanna separate them, right? And then we'll just have an image over here which will have taken a chevron left, and this will be chevron left icon, right? And then I think that's fine, and then we'll just have a header which is just gonna be to-do list. This is just gonna be our to-do list. I think that's fine. And then over here, we'll just want to have also another div, which is gonna be the right section. Right, so the right section will have an image for our time. As this is clock. This is gonna be for our clock, and this is gonna be clock icon, right? Which is fine. Then copy that, paste, and then after that, what we need is edit. I think that's the one. Then we'll have a delete. Is it delete? Is it delete? What's that? Trash. Yeah, I think it's trash. Trash icon, edit icon. Yeah, and then that's all we need, right? Got a trash, edit, clock. Where's the clock? Oh, clock. I think it's because the clock icon is white. Is it white? I don't know. I think the clock icon is white. So let's see what we have there. Do I have clock? Okay. I think we'll need this clock icon over there. So I'll just download a clock icon. So you can just find it on the internet and just search for an SVG if you just want that. Like you can just say free SVGs and just look for a clock and you could get that on the internet. Okay, that's right. So this will be clock 2. Just bear with me. Trying to get this into the project, in my source, my asset, then just have this clock. So now I can say clock 2. This should choose. That's fine. Okay, so one thing we want to do now is say import. I don't know if I am actually gonna use that, but anyways, themes that is CSS, and then we'll have Nav Bar Container, right? And then with the Nav Bar Container, we'll just say display flex. Its width should be 100%. I want its height to be like 30%, 30 pixels. Yeah, 30 pixels isn't bad for the height, right? Let's see. So 30 pixels isn't bad. Then we want to have the left section. Yes. So the left section, the image, the left and right section, they are icons, right? Right section, right? We wanna have the icon have 24 pixels for the left, 20 height to be 24 pixels, right? So let's see what we have, right? That's fine. Then we want to display these guys to flex. Okay. We've displayed that. Then like for this, justify the space between our left and right, so it's equally spaced out. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just align these items. Align items. Want to align these items to the center. That's fine. Then here we just want to say align the items to center. Yeah, so that would equally align them to the center, right? What do you then want to have in here? So we want to have like a padding. Do you want to have like padding? Let me just do this. Let me just increase this to 40. 40. Yeah, 40 is fine. 40 pixels is not bad. Oh, and then for the padding, right, we want to say this padding should have a left and right padding, right, of 24 pixels. So padding 24. Right, 24 pixels. No, man. Let's see. Nah. Man. Let's now do this. 24, that's fine. Then we just want to have a box sizing to border box. So if we have a box sizing to border box, our camera is still running. Is that fine? Let me see. Do you even want to do that? Box sizing, border box. And then for our image margin, right, to like 10 pixels. Do we have like padding 10? Because like I've used 10 in both places now. 8 pixels is also fine, but 10 is like pretty much good. Okay, let's go back here. Then we want to change that header, right? Title or header. What do we call this? We'll just call this header, right? So this guy's uh, header, right? For the header, we want to say font weight to bold. You can make it bold or 700. Then we want to say color of that should take in like a primary color. So that's fine. And then we want to just say a font size. Font size should take in like 20 pixels. 20 pixels for the font size isn't quite bad at all. Or is it? Let's see. So 25 pixels is not that bad. Yeah, I think 25 pixels is not quite bad at all, right? Although we could have just changed this. No, for the image, we just want to make it 4. Yeah, we would want to make it, just space it out 4 pixels. No, let's do this. Okay, margin left over here, right? So we'll just do this. For the header, we want to say margin, right? No, this this for the left section, we want to cut this out, put it here, right? And then we'll just say margin left, right, will be padding 8, right? Padding 8. So that's fine. And then for the image, for these image on the right side, so right section for the image, right, want to have the margin margin left. Let's just say margin left to take 4 pixels. 4 or 5 pixels could quite be okay, right? So I do have my icons. It's just that this one icon is looking more funny, but I think it's fine. It's not bad at all, right? It's not bad. Can't complain much. I can't complain much, right? So that's fine. So now we see that if we go to our sign in page, right, we have this header. If you go to that other page, we have that header as well, which is not showing properly, right? So what we then want to do is actually now fix some stuff. So in our add edit page, we want to fix like our margin top, right? So margin top could probably now be 40. 40 pixels for our margin top. Still kind of bad. 40 pixels, let's just make it 30. 30 pixels, add. Let's just say add, edit. Man. Edit 1. Right? If we edit the first page, yeah. Still, yeah. So this will have like some sort of like a scroll to it, right? So if we want to go to we didn't put in a scroll for that, right? So let's do this. Let's come to the section, which is the nav bar, right? The nav bar is also going to be decreased to like 30 pixels. I think 30 is fine, right? And then we have to do some fixing. We have to do some fixing for our add and edit page, right? Add edit page. Okay, for our add edit page, we need to work around this description, like decrease the description to like 40%. Yeah, if we decrease the description to 40%, this will move it like up and up. And then we don't have that scrolling error issue that we had. And then here we'll just say the margin top will be set. The camera is still running. So margin top will set to like 50 pixels. Let's see. If we say 50, I think okay. Let's stretch it a bit. So let's stretch this guy to 45%. So description will be 45. 45 is not bad, right? If 45 is not bad, then we'll just say this is 40. Nah, it's not working. 30. Let's see. Yeah, 30 has it working all fine, right? It's just that now we have to slant it up a bit. So 42%. This is just a try and error. You see, this is what you do with dev. Like you try this won't work out, then try the other, right? So we still have stuff working fine over there, right? So if we now go to our profile page, yeah, things are still looking all good in our profile page, right? But now we've got an issue because if we go to our login page, right, we've got this thing looking all nice, right? But in our login page, we don't want to delete, edit, and those jiggly stuff right there, right? So what we want to do over there is just show it only for our home page, our details page. So it's our home page, details page, also for our, so it's home page, details, edit, and profile. Yeah. Yeah, the rest, yeah. I think you do understand what I mean. I just can't keep it. Check. So show nav bar, right? We'll just have this function, which is gonna be show nav bar, right? So with a show nav bar, what we're gonna do is actually monitor what we have in our window dot location, right? Location dot href, right? So let's just console.log that, right? And then we're gonna have like an ngif. So this is gonna come right here. Yeah, so this is gonna be our ngif. Yeah, think so. Think that's how we're gonna say. We're gonna do it show nav bar, right? So we're gonna monitor what we have in our console, right? So when we change to a next screen, we've got something showing. So when we go to our edit, we've got something that's gonna show, right? All right. So what we then want to do is actually say that if this guy dot contains, if this guy dot includes, right? this is what we want to do. If it includes an ad, then we want to show this. Okay, right? And then if it includes ad, then we want to show that page. Let's see. Includes that. So return. We want to say return, right? So return true, right? So if it includes that, we want to return it as true. Or if window, whatever we have in there, right? If this guy over here includes edit, right? We also want to show it. So if we here on our edit page, we want to show that list, right? Or if this window profile, right? We want to show that. So now what happens if we're in our home page? It doesn't show, right? So let's just do this. Yeah, if it's in our home page. Now let's go to our login page. Oh man. Login. Okay. If it includes that, and that, right? And then or it doesn't include, right? Or if this guy does not include our login, right? We don't want to show it. If it's not login, we can do oh, sorry for that. So we can do like something really cool without having to do all this, because we want to say if it doesn't is not our login, right? If this guy is not our login or our register, sorry for that. Oh man, so if this guy is not our login or register, right? Or it's not our register, then show it, right? So we want to say, let's do this. Login includes login or that. If this guy includes login, okay, let's do this, right? What are we getting back? So if href, right? Let's, if href includes our login, right? If includes login is equal to false. Yes, if it includes this login and that's equal to false, right? So if I were to say this, if href, right, does not include our login page, if href does not include our login, right, we don't want to show that guy. Or if href does not include our register page, right? Register, right? Oh, and it's not or, right? Or it's and. So if it doesn't include our register, if it's not the register or the login page, then just don't show the header. Yeah, so that's what we want to do. So now if we go to our home page, we are going to show it because it's not the register. And if you go to that other section, we are going to show it, right? Which is quite fun. Yeah, which is quite fun. Quite fun. So now let's go to this page over here, right? And actually say if we click this chevron, click, right? I know we have this router link, but I just don't like using it. I think we can do something of this sort. I think we can do something of this sort, right? So if we click this guy, we can go to our home page. But I just don't like using this. I don't know why. But anyways, we'll just use it for that guy. Um, so another thing, so when we click on this guy, we wanna redirect to the settings page. So, oh, we also need settings. Oh my gosh. How are we gonna make this happen? So we wanna have another one showing for our settings page. Say settings. So settings. So setting, right? That's just gonna show for our setting. All right. Yeah. So the setting should be showing when we on our home page only, right? So when we click the settings page, we're gonna to a link called profile. Yeah, we're gonna just link to our profile. So if we click this, we're gonna go to our profile page, right? And then what else do you want to do? So upon being on the home page, we just want to show, okay, let's go to our UI. So what is it that we want to do, right? uh let's go to the home page, right? So when we're on the home page, right, we don't want to show this edit page, right? We don't want to show this edit and this we don't want to show this edit and this delete, because obviously the edit will show when we click on this and go to the details page, which we're going to create on other videos, right? And then this delete only should show on the details page or on the edit page, right? And then this timer can show on the home page and the settings page, right? So what can we do? So something that we can do is have like an ngf, which this ngf is just gonna show our settings. Show settings, right? Show our settings, right? And then we're gonna have this other one that's gonna say show our delete. Show delete. Show delete, right? This one is gonna just show our edit. Show edit. Edit. Our clock can be shown on every screen. Okay, yeah. Let's come here. Let's just say that. Show settings. Show edit. Show our edit page. And then we want to show our delete. Right? That's fine. So how do we show our delete and our edit? So the only way we want to show our settings page, we want to show our settings page on the home page. Let's see. All right. Okay, we'll work out something for that. Right. So this dot. So this dot show edit page. So with our edit page, we just want to show this guy only when we're on our details page. Ooh, this dot return, right? Something. So can we, like, let's see, let's console log something. Log, let's see what window.url has. Show edit. What does the window URL have? Oh man. location dot path name. Let's see. Yeah. And then let's see if we on the edit. Yeah, okay. This is nice. This is nice. So showing our edit, we just want to say return in our window, right? If um if the path is the home, right? So if window path dot includes this, right? Only. So window path, okay, window path dot split dot re no man dot split, right? If window path dot split by this guy, by that, right? And then we want to just take the first one, right, of the array. If that one is just an empty string, then we're all good, right? So when we show that path for our home page, split, let's go to that. If this that is equal to that, yeah. So if we're on the home page, we want to show this guy, right? And then what do you want to do? All we want to do is say we want to just show it when we're on our home page. And then where do we want to show our edit? So we want to show our edit when we're on the details page. So this will be details page. We want to show that edits when we're on our details page. And then for our delete, we want to show our delete when we're on our details page, or when we are on our edit page, right? So delete should show when we are on our details or when we are on our edit page, right? All right, so now let's click on this. This will send us to this page, and this timer should show on every other page, right? This timer, and yeah, I think that's quite fine. All right, yeah, I think we have a solution. Because what we did is we added like this navigation bar, which is then gonna say, if we go to our login page, right? Login page. So our login page will have these credentials that we need to add in. And then if the user clicks in sign in, right, we're going to go to the home page. And then if the user wants to click on their actual settings, right, they can go to that page. Then they can also go back and add. And then we have to also like create like an edit, because we want to say if we click, oh, there's something that we didn't do. There's something that we didn't do. So when we click on this, we want to be sent to the details page. Yeah, oh man. Currently, we don't have the details page. So currently, we're just going to say when we click on it, we want to go to the edit page. So where's our home? It's to-do cart. So to-do cart is actually gonna say, okay, we have that, and then we wanna say if we click on this cart, so route, when we click on that, we wanna route to this link, and this link is just gonna take us to our edit /edit 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 right, and then to do .id. I think we have a to do ID. Let's see. Click. Okay, this didn't send us even anywhere, right? So let's just do this click. I don't wanna be like wasting time if like there is an alternative. Redirect to edit, right? So we want to redirect to the edit, and what we want to pass in there is a to do, right? Then we want to do this. When we redirect to this edit page, want to say this is just the to do console.log, right? Do we even need to have that to do? I don't think we even need to have that to do.id. Ah, this is to do. Okay. Okay, this to do.id. Ah, does our to do even have an ID? We've got a title. We need to have an ID for those to do, right? Let's see. Let's see what we have. Let's go back and actually refresh. Oh my gosh. Now what we need to do is like unloading that, just console.log this to do. Want to see something. To do, yeah, it does have an ID. So if I click on this guy over now, oh yeah, I am logging the ID, right? So I just want to redirect now. So router, so private router equals to this router, right? Right, and then we're just gonna say this dot router dot navigate by that, and then this is just gonna navigate to the edit, and then nah man, just wanna have this in one line. Edit, I don't wanna just concatenate it, just wanna use this cool stuff where I can just say to do dot id. That's fine. This dot to do dot id. Then we can just remove this to do because we don't quite need that. We don't quite need that because we are actually passing in our to do. So if we click on that, we can see that in our edit. If you click on this guy, we can go there, click on that one. Yeah, which is actually fine. Now we want to remove our console logs. Yeah. Console log is removed, and that's removed again. Yeah. So guys, I think we are actually done. So if you actually did like find this video helpful to you, please ensure and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now peace.